Imagine saving over £100 billion on your energy bills. That's the real impact of wind power in the UK. A recent study reveals the staggering financial benefits wind energy has brought to the nation, but it also raises some crucial questions about how our energy market operates. The research, conducted by University College London, UCL, demonstrates that wind power has slashed a whopping £104 billion off UK energy costs since 2010. Think about that, over £100 billion. This isn't just pocket change, it's a significant saving that impacts everyone, from homeowners to businesses. Specifically, the study found that between 2010 and 2023, wind farms reduced electricity bills by approximately £14.2 billion compared to what they would have been if gas had been used to produce the same amount of electricity. But here's where it gets interesting. The real savings came from reduced gas demand. Because wind power lessened the need for gas-fired power plants and the construction of new gas infrastructure, the reduction in gas costs was even more substantial, estimated at around £133.3 billion. This is a critical point. Wind power not only generates clean energy, but it also directly reduces our reliance on volatile global gas markets. Now, let's talk about green subsidies. Over the same 13-year period, UK consumers paid approximately £43.2 billion in green subsidies, added to electricity bills. And this is the part most people miss, or even after accounting for these subsidies, the net result was still a massive £104.3 billion reduction in UK energy bills, according to the UCL researchers. So, the benefits of wind power far outweigh the costs of supporting it through subsidies. The study highlights that the increase in renewable energy generation across Europe has played a significant role in lowering gas demand and, consequently, gas prices. This also meant that electricity companies had less incentive to invest in new, expensive gas-fired power stations. The UK energy market, however, has a quirk. Gas-fired power stations effectively set the price of electricity. This means that even though wind power is cheaper, the price of electricity is still heavily influenced by the price of gas. The UCL analysis focused on the period from 2010 to 2023, deliberately excluding the dramatic gas price spikes that followed Russia's invasion of Ukraine in early 2022. Including that period would have likely skewed the results even further in favor of wind power, as gas prices soared to unprecedented levels. Colm O'Shea, the lead author of the report and a former hedge fund manager, emphasizes that wind generation is not a financial burden but rather a high-return national investment. He puts the £104 billion net benefit into perspective, noting that it exceeds the £90 billion the UK has spent on gas since 2021 due to the war in Ukraine. This study demonstrates why we should reframe our understanding of green investment from costly environmental subsidy to a high-return national investment, O'Shea stated. Mark Marslin, a professor of Earth System Science at UCL, argues that UK consumers could benefit even more if the electricity market were reformed to reflect the true cost savings of wind generation. At some stage, the UK government must decouple gas and electricity prices, he said. That would mean gas prices would reflect the global markets, while the electricity price would reflect the savings from wind and solar. This is a bold statement that could spark debate. Should the UK government intervene to separate gas and electricity prices, even if it means potentially disrupting the market? Anna Musett, the Director of Policy at Renewable UK, the trade body for the wind sector, echoes this sentiment, highlighting the long-term economic benefits of investing in renewable energy. The only way to reduce energy costs for good is to minimize our exposure to volatile global fossil fuel prices and increase the share of electricity generation from clean homegrown sources, Musett explained. Despite the clear benefits of wind power, the UK government recently disappointed the wind industry by setting a lower-than-expected subsidy amount for new offshore wind capacity in an upcoming auction. Only about £1.1 billion was allocated. This has raised concerns that the UK may be missing out on a significant opportunity to further reduce energy costs and create jobs. Music points out that the wind industry already employs 55,000 people and is projected to double to 110,000 by 2030. Each gigawatt of offshore wind brings £2 billion to £3 billion in private investment to the UK. That's why it's so important that we procure significant volumes of new wind and solar capacity in the auction for clean power contracts, with the budget set at an ambitious level to enable us to make the most of the opportunity to stabilise the cost of energy, as she said. Energy Minister Michael Shanks, however, maintains that the government's competitive auction process will ensure the UK gets the right amount of clean power at the right price. Our competitive new auction process will allow us to buy the right amount of clean power at the right price on behalf of the British people, so we can take back control of our energy, as Shanks stated. Adding to the positive outlook, a separate analysis from the Energy and Climate Intelligence Unit revealed that renewable energy generation has increased far more rapidly than anticipated since the Paris Agreement was signed in 2015. BP, for example, predicted in 2015 that non-fossil fuels would account for 38% of global power generation by 2035. However, they already account for 41%. Similarly, solar and wind generation are currently 4 times higher than the International Energy Agency projected in 2015. The adoption of electric vehicles has also outpaced expectations, with the 2015 target of 100 million EVs on the road by 2030 likely to be achieved 2 years early. Ed Miliband, the Shadow Energy Secretary, emphasises the benefits of clean, homegrown power. Clean homegrown power is the right choice for families, industry, and the nation for many years to come. Wind power is cheaper, cleaner, and more secure than new gas, helping us bring down bills for good, Miliband said. And with a competitive new process to secure more wind in our upcoming renewables auction, we will take back control of our energy and bring the next generation of opportunity to British coastlines and heartlands. So, what do you think? Has wind power truly been a financial boon for the UK, or are there hidden costs and drawbacks that the study doesn't fully capture? And should the government intervene more directly in the energy market to ensure that consumers fully benefit from the cost savings of renewable energy? Share your thoughts in the comments below.